Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here in the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty. Of course, we have Spencer Raxter, BMG, Big Mike Gentry, in the house as well. You know the squad. We are back in the studio here in our Birmingham compound, right off of Woodward, conveniently here at Woodward Sports. Makes sense, don't it? Happy to have you with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and jump in there and get your thoughts. And we'll be doing it all show long. D-Mac is back in the fold. I know you played some golf this weekend, D-Mac. Now, you and I'll get on the links sometimes, and we'll be out there.
But we did cross paths. We did have a conversation on
We
the
did.
Allied on Saturday.
You were out at the Allied.
Between your speaking duties on number 10 and number 18.
Yes.
But that was yesterday, actually. John Daly, a.k.a. Santa Claus, out there up in...
And that's great. A major champion, John Daly, one of the biggest stars the game of golf has ever seen, for good reasons, for bad reasons, whatever. But that wasn't the biggest star that you play golf with.
No, absolutely
it was probably
not.
a third, because we didn't play this weekend, or else I'd be at the top of this list. But we didn't play.
Definitely.
So in that stead, there was an even bigger star that you play golf with.
Well, it actually was. I mean, talk about bucket list and opportunity, but
I'm flat out jealous.
Saturday, being out there, and you were there too. But I got to rub shoulders with the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus, Jack and Barbara, actually, and just the amazement, Neal, is standing over the putting green, and Jack saying, Holt looks at his putter, says, I haven't hit a putt since February, and he drops one down, first one, misses, whatever, knocks the next two in for about 12 feet. He goes, okay, I'm ready. First hole, right? We got a 12-footer up the hill. Myself, Isaiah Livers, shout out to Isaiah Livers, what a great dude.
Yes.
We'll worry about that golf game later, bro. Bernard Pollard, but Jack had a 12-footer that hasn't had a putt, played golf, whatever, just knocked it in outside, ball out, knocks it in like it's nobody's business. I think anybody who had the experience, or just even to be around a legend like that, there's few absolute greats of the game, and to me, what you see is what you get, and just interacting with me.
There are some that think that the all-time greats of golf, right? The consensus is pretty much Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, right? Like that's fair.
Yeah.
That's like the iconic thing. Spenmo, he was out there on the course with Jack effing Nicklaus.
Yeah, that's legendary. Jack's the guy ripping darts on Jack's my hero, honestly.
No, and just with everything that he's done and continues to do, and we were talking a lot about American Dunes, and he was going through talking about a couple holes and how 13 was so special because of Dan Rooney and over in Grand Haven. So, which by the way, they got all the college kids playing there next weekend, so that should be exciting, West Side of State. But just to him be around in golf, and just to just to get to hobnob with them or whatever like that.
Incredible.
To say, I ran it a few feet by or whatever, but he said, no, that was a great putt. Doesn't matter. Jack Nicklaus tells you it was a great putt.
It's a great putt. Yeah, no, that's it. And that was one of those things. And as you do this job and you be around people, certainly you a million times more than me, but it almost becomes like take it for granted. I would say that yesterday out there, it's great to be out there, at Detroit Golf Club and all the famous people that were there, and it's great. But Jack Nicklaus, man, that's the juice. You guys got a photo together, all of that, and it's really, really super cool. That one I'm legitimately jealous.
Yeah,
there are two D-Mac stories I'm jealous of. I won't tell the other one. But
I know the ultimate if you know D-Mac story.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. That one's not even in the book. Because if you know, you know. I feel like we should have that rainbow behind us.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicholas Earl reminded me in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Jack Harrington needs a birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Jack. So there you
happy
go.
Happy birthday, Jack. And what does he have? What does he inherit? Because he's got an awful stadium.
Yes, he does. A
horse track.
plastic Lego stadium in the parking lot of a horse track. That's the Islanders.
That's why he deserves a happy birthday.
That's the Islanders arena situation, everybody. Okay, moving on. Just things to touch on in the open here. Internally, I see Mike Gentry now with a sigh on his face. You guys know how this works. We'll be sitting here, and sometimes content just kind of creates itself. Let me paint a picture for you. It's about 14 minutes ago. Mike Gentry, and we're getting to that. I'm noticing a little bit. We're getting towards allergy season.
Oh,
now.
Is that what it is?
That's the excuse he's going to use, I'm sure.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't matter what. Bingo.
People cough, right?
Right.
They burp. Unfortunately, some people fart.
Yeah.
But other normal people sneeze.
And
that's what
have
you're getting
this.
at.
And look, I'll go full disclosure. So I have this deal when I walk outside, especially if it's a bright sun outside, and my pupils dilate. It'll kind of nick my sinuses, and it makes me have a sneezing fit. 3 sneezes, 4 sneezes, depending. Mike Gentry, first off, why were you sneezing? Is it allergy season? It's allergy season. Fair. We all have it to some degree. Mike Gentry, and I don't want to give off toxic masculinity because D-Mac, you know me, I'm very much.
You're past that.
I'm not about that at all, man. Everybody's going through stuff in life.
There's a couple levels to this.
Yes.
Okay, so you start with the beginning, and then I'll go even deeper with the level of what he tried to do.
Yes. So Gentry sneezed, and it was the most.
It wasn't
soft,
even a sneeze.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was like a.
What would you expect from a guy like me with 4 broken ribs at the time and had to sneeze, right? And so that would be something where you'd be like, oh man, he's trying to hold that in and fight it off. What you just did there was 10 octaves.
Yes.
It was just the one. You sneeze like 4 times, 5 times in a row, and that last one, you don't know if it's coming, and then it just comes. That's
you
what that
didn't
was.
let it out. And
Neal, you were walking in and out of the room.
No.
D-Mac was here. He's barely
All
paying
I
attention.
heard was.
there
And
was
behind a little.
There was
I'm in a
one
room.
little.
It was a soft sneeze, but it was like.
I've been sneezing all morning. He tried to cover it off like he was letting it rail. No, you had one little awful. I wouldn't even categorize it. If I was a sneeze, I'd be embarrassed.
It was a half
to
a
call
sneeze.
It wasn't even a sneeze.
It was a half a sneeze. I didn't know it was
No,
coming.
it wasn't.
It was.
No, it was like if you accidentally stepped on something. I mean, it was awful. Let it go. But isn't that like some people make those like try to hold a sneeze in? You can't. Don't they say that's hazardous to your health?
I don't know.
I wasn't holding it in. I just didn't know if it was coming up.
No, you just can't do it.
You kind of just got the build up,
Have
and
you
then
ever
it just.
had a man sneeze? Like a real sneeze?
I mean, you didn't hear the first 3 of them. I guess those one were man sneezes. So no, I haven't. I have not.
Look, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor. Maybe what you claim is valid, that if you in fact hold a sneeze in, there could be problems. I don't care. I would take that rather than sneeze like that in front of other people. I don't care. I would roll the dice on that before I sneeze like that. And look, Tammy Chin says in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, poor Gentry has a girly sneeze.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Sandy, come on.
Benjamin
Don't throw me under the
Foe
bus.
says sneeze like a real man.
I will. If I have to sneeze, I'm going to leave it on. I'm going to give you guys like a heads up.
What do you think
turn
you
the
got
mic
you in
on.
the booth for? You got to spray the infield if you need to. You can clean it up later.
No,
It'll be cleaned up for 2 o'clock.
I'm gonna leave the mic on and do it that way. So what? We won't even hear it because it just sounds like. Chee.
You'll hear the.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Whatever you want, I'll keep it on.
It was just such a soft sneeze, absolutely soft sneeze. People talking about toxic masculinity, huh? What about making fun of people that are scared by bees? Well, that's different. That's Juicy Jaffe.
Hey, I told Juicy walked in here. I said his bee incident was more manly than Michael's sneeze.
Well, it's not.
D-Mac, come on.
That's not a male
I
female.
feel betrayed by you, D-Mac.
Well, the Juicy
I
Jaffe's
feel
thing.
betrayed by your sneeze.
Juicy Jaffe's thing is not a male female thing. It's a diva thing.
Oh yeah.
He's scared of bees because it's uncomfortable, and he's not used to being uncomfortable because he's a diva.
Is a diva thing? By
When you
Mike, or
sneeze
is
like
it-
that, yes.
So he's like purposely trying to be a diva?
Maybe. No, because BMG's not that. He's a lot of things. He's not a
Thank you.
diva.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
Appreciate that.
He's not
Just
that.
let it go next time.
D-Mac, firsthand. I'm not a diva.
I know, but I was like fairly I was just disappointed that you tried to I was sneezing all morning and
Dude, I have been.
Not in front of us.
Whatever. Yeah. You win some, you lose some. We move on.
Truth.
We never move on here. We never move on. It's like Mark D'Antonio. This is never over.
Yeah. It's true.
When are we going to talk about your Spartans, Benmo?
We can talk about it today if you want.
I feel like we need to.
It works for me.
Why, is there trouble in Spartyville?
You tell me, Spenmo, is there?
I don't think they're going to be as bad as everybody thinks. Everybody thinks they're going to be terrible.
Neal brings it up like he's got juice on
All I can say is this. In Vegas, the over-under's 5.5.
Yeah, I'm slamming the over.
And it's you're going to get plus money if you take the over.
Yeah,
it's minus money to go under 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not just going to talk about it, you're going to be about it.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're going to win the Big Ten or anything like that, but I think they can get to 7 or 8 wins.
Okay. Jay Singles, BMG got to hit us with a dad sneeze that shakes the building. Yeah, you're a father, for Christ's sake.
That's true.
I am.
Wow.
Sneeze like it.
What if your son saw that sneeze? Would you?
He would probably realize. He probably would have heard my 5 sneezes before that. He wouldn't have zoned me out like you guys.
No,
he probably wouldn't. He'd probably be like, Dad, are you okay?
I just know that I offer up gesundheits or bless yous, and I didn't throw any out there.
I know.
You even baby sneezed.
I did not get a bless you at all. That is funny.
CJ Schneider says, my sneeze scares my girlfriend. I wish it was a little quieter.
Yeah, Steve. Come to the quiet side.
I have loud sneezes.
Come to the quiet side. Sneezing the quiet way by BMG.
Cherry Dad in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I haven't seen you here before, Cherry Dad. Appreciate you tapping in. By the way, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. You can jump in there, too. Cherry Dad says, when my mom sneezes, she has a rebound sneeze. Like a achoo, literally screaming afterwards. My great-grandma had a sneeze that was like a banshee, LMAO. Well, all I know is Mike Gentry could grow a flower. Just a little mist of a flower.
That's what it was. I don't think there's anything that came out of it. It just was a startling noise. I thought he hurt himself.
Yeah.
I did. Did hurt a little bit.
Absolutely.
Griffin Lackey says 8 wins should be the minimum for Michigan State University standard. You know what? That's going to be the crux of the discussion we have.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to be the same way with Michigan, then I got to be the same way with Michigan State.
Well, I think they're two different they're at 2 different peaks of their program right now.
No doubt. No doubt. And I don't disagree with you on that. But there's got to be a standard. You can't go losing to Rutgers with a bull bit on the line.
Yeah,
that's inexcusable.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Inexcusable.
For sure.
Embarrassing things go away. Inexcusable things don't. And that should be inexcusable.
That's fair.
Like Gentry sneeze.
That is also fair.
Inexcusable.
I knew I was catching that stray.
The key is to get 15 more seconds out of it before you deliver the punchline. That's a little insider tip in the business there. Just kind of juice the topic a little bit. See, there you go. I'm letting you behind the curtain a little bit. But
it's a lot of knowledge for a guy that won't do a full sneeze.
That is true.
I know. You should consider yourself lucky, Gentry.
It says Montar Sika says, did y'all talk about the James Houston rumors? I've heard about this a little bit. We can get into it today. Absolutely. We'll do a little free flow. It's what, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
A little free flow Tuesday. Let's do it today, shall we? And if you need a haircut, what should they do?
Well, you know what? You need a haircut, but if you like to win stuff like vehicles, like for you and a friend, that's right, a new car for you and your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. What do you need to do? You need to get to the Lady Jane's and automatically register for your chance to win, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick. GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holt and Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Neal Ruhl here for 5 Iron Golf. You guys know what it is. You can play, practice, and party downtown at 5 Iron Golf inside the Cambria Hotel in downtown Detroit. 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, a full bar and restaurant as well. And it's not just golf they got going down there. They got the ping pong tables, shuffleboard tables, all of it. Did I mention a full bar too? Yes, it is a night out in downtown Detroit. 5 Iron Leagues are back, and they debut on September 11th. It's a 10-week league that includes playoffs and a championship night. Tee times are on Mondays and Tuesdays, either 6 p.m. or 8 p.m., and you can compete locally or nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Bring your foursome or sign up as an individual and be placed on a team at 5 Iron Golf/leagues. 5 Iron offering 30% off to Woodward Sports listeners. Just use the code Woodward10 at sign up. Yes, 30% off the leagues just because you watch and listen to Woodward Sports. That's 5irongolf.com/leagues for sign up. Go to 5 Iron Golf and tee up the good times. We are off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. You guys know what it is. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Mike Gentry as well, and all of you.
Settle down. That was way more. That was like adolescence.
That one hurt, didn't
Mikey,
it?
that one would have. That one I would have busted your nuts on, but not as bad. It's like, come on, embarrassing. Your dad. That's what's most embarrassing. Like when you're just a punk kid like Juicy Jeff, expect that stuff out of him, not out of you, BMG. Maybe that's the thing we expect more out of you.
I'll be better.
Be better.
I'll
Thank
be
you.
better.
That's all I need.
Be better. Hey, don't get bitter, get better.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wise man said that one time in the face of an NCAA investigation. Because a viewer brought this up, and I'm coming out of left field here with this one, so I apologize. This whole James Houston thing, this was kind of brought to my attention.
Is this the elephant in the room?
Yeah, I think it is. I think we need to get
right
into
now,
it.
out of anything, and we need to backtrack just a little bit. My conversation to you before the show is, where's the temperature right now? And people are comfortable, right? Maybe we're too comfortable, so we need to dig deeper in there. But I would say this is the elephant in the room about James Houston because of expectations coming off of the end of last season. So let's dig into it, see where the people are at, and where are you at with it, Neal, from what you're hearing?
Okay, so here's the deal, and Brad Spielberger, Esquire. I like people that throw the Esquire.
Esquire is nice touch.
If I had it to do over again, I'd drop the ESQ on the end of my name too.
Yeah.
He said on Twitter, there's already been plenty of trade activity across the NFL, but we're still about 30 hours out from the cut-down deadline. Surprise trade candidates, including Bears wide receiver Darnell Mooney and Lions defensive end James Houston. Cut candidates, Jalen Rieger, Spartan Dog.
No.
Who am I thinking of? Reed. I'm thinking Reed.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. And tight end Zach Kuntz as well. So that is the scenario right now. It's interesting, to say the least. Spenmo, I know you guys talked about it yesterday on the heavyweights. I guess first off, Spenmo, if I could borrow you for a minute here, what was the temperature in the chat room about this?
Nobody wants him to get traded. Nobody thinks that he should get traded. You saw what the guy did last year. He's impressive. He had more sacks than games played. He's still on a very cheap deal for what his production should be, and you know what you get out of him. He's an elite pass rusher. They're not going to trade him.
What is this? Right. My initial reaction is you don't see this because of the youth and because of something that we've heard. He brings something that very few other NFL, ends bring, and the way he gets around the corner and all that stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But does this, Neal, maybe shine a light into being a positive that the competition is better at the defensive spots, that the other guys that are supposed to be showing up and showing out in the Pascals and the Kaminsky's, and that it's a competition thing?
No, I'm coming way out of left field with this one, and I have an even different reason as to why. And, for me, I think it's going to be one of those things where, we'll discuss it. We will, and I'm going to give you the breakdowns as to why. This is an extension of what we talked about on yesterday's show, the Detroit Lions. And by the way, we are your home for the best Detroit Lions pregame show coverage, hosted by Jeff Iafrate, with weekly special guests as well on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, Sundays from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Let me bottom line this for you guys. We are doing football season better than anybody in this town, period. That is it. We got you covered. Saturdays, Sundays, all the time. Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. That very dapper, good-looking man, Jeff Iafrate, weekly guests as well. I think I'm jumping in with them on the Atlanta Falcons pregame. So again, all season long, Detroit Lions pregame show, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Jeff Iafrate right here on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. So here's the deal with me, D-Mac. Where I'm coming from with this, and Sean Belizean and I and Lindsey Hunter talked about this yesterday. And Spenmo, you were there. People lauded Brad Holmes for making the calls, right? He makes the calls on guys. The Trey Lance thing, Lions reportedly made a call on the Trey Lance thing. Universally, people love that about Brad Holmes with what he does. All we've ever asked for is a GM that makes the call. All they do is hang up on you, right? It goes to show you with Brad Holmes, to me, and this is just my opinion. That's why I'm here, to give you my opinion. James Houston he's a little bit different than the rest because he's what's called an exclusive rights free agent. So therefore, he doesn't have any negotiating power from year to year because of his service time. The Lions, as long as they extend him the minimum qualifying offer, he cannot sign and he cannot ask for more. That's what it is for the next couple of seasons with James Houston. So what you have with James Houston is a very, very good, very, very controllable, very, very cheap player.
So my question is on that, because you can control the contract and stuff like that, so you can take a chance. Now, obviously, if he's not occupying a roster spot, that you want to go to somebody else, but is he somebody that you can trade, because that's what we're talking about, because of having is he a piece of value to get value in return because of the upside? And so this isn't like a Trinity Benson deal for a 7th rounder. This is something where you could get a other player or something in return to help your team out, right?
Yes.
So he's an asset. So he's really valuable to the team, not only because of what they have to pay him for what he produces, but also because they have the say whether that he moves or not him.
Absolutely. And he'll be a restricted free agent. And the moral of the story is they have the control. That is very, very valuable right now. And this was something where for me, like the Jonathan Taylor thing was laughable. You can see what's happening with this Jonathan Taylor thing, because today is the day that's the deadline, right, for Jonathan Taylor to, quote, be moved. Jonathan Taylor doesn't have any leverage in any of this. The Colts have all the leverage. He's still on his rookie deal. He can't hold out. Per terms of his rookie contract that was collectively bargained, he cannot hold out. He has to be there. So Irsay can say, I want a first-round pick for him, knowing no one's going to give a first-round pick for a running back that's going to be in free agency at the end of the year. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
James Houston is like the complete opposite of that, where he's a good player and you have the control. That's valuable, man. We talk about this all the time. This is the thing that sunk Al Avila, and I believe set the Tigers franchise back. I'll give it to you guys again. The Verlander trades, all of it. The Tigers wanted salary off the books. They didn't want premium talent in return. What did you see the Mets do this year with Scherzer when they trade him to the Rangers? We're going to eat a ton of this money, but you're paying for it. They basically bought their first and third prospects, or second and fourth, whatever the rankings are. They bought them. They flat out bought them. That's what you're going to have to do here if you do want James Houston. So again, this isn't about feelings, everybody. It's not. This is just another reason that I like Brad Holmes. He's willing to have any discussion. This is a real GM, everybody. It's a shocker, I know. This is real. I love James. You know that's my guy.
Yeah,
you know it's my guy.
But, there's also, too, I mean, you look at different guys that are coming back. You look at the Aquaria. Am I saying that right?
Oh,
Aquara.
Yeah.
But you look at the brothers and stuff like this. I think it's to what you're saying, the control, but also too there's a lot of guys I believe that are stepping up on that front and making this a tougher challenge. So do you expect? Is this like a piece then? Do you expect him to be like a piece to add another piece, James Houston? Or do you expect it
Possibly.
to sort of, or is it because time is on your side? If you're the Lions, you can use him, or don't expect him. Like he might be sitting out.
Now there's this angle too, and I don't know this to be true. I'm just giving you guys my take on it, and I think a little bit differently than most people do. This could be a situation where if you did want to use him in a move, where you bring in wide receiver X, who makes a lot of money. This will be your kind of reverse Tigers thing. We say, all right, we'll give you James Houston. You eat 3/4 of the salary. You eat 85% of the salary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is wild, I know, guys, but this is business. This is grown folks talking.
And when you say that the iron's hot right now, if you were going to strike to get value on him, obviously until he starts playing and putting up stats this year, but if teams were going to acquire, so this might be able to help you, like you said, that's what you would expect. Look at what other wide receivers around the league.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely. I mean, it is pretty simple.
But it goes back to what you said. These are real team, real GM
adult
moves, adult conversations that you're having with your team, which tells you, again, why it's not the same old Lions.
Absolutely. Ransom says Mike Evans for James Houston. No, Ransom. Here's how that would go down. It would be James Houston for 15% of Mike Evans' salary or 20% of Mike Evans' salary. Grown folks moves.
With the body of Mike Evans in a jersey.
There you have it. Like, that's it. And again, I'm not calling for this, and I don't have any inside information on it. I'm just telling you guys that's how I think. That's how I would value it. And Brad Holmes has shown if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. He's shown it, man. That's the way that it's worked. Like if you were in Dispo.
Oh, absolutely. You experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. Indulge in the finest selection of cannabis curated with care. With over 12 locations, including their new location that is now open in Whitmore Lake, Dispo is never far away. Ermanni and Edwards and the Woodward Heavyweights will be at the Whitmore Lake location on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live, so check them out. You can pull up, re-up, and hang out. Only at Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Are you a diehard college football fan? Well, it's your lucky day. Join special WSN guests like Spencer Raxter, Flannel Sam, and more every Saturday. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Saturdays and tune in live from 8:30 to 10 a.m.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
How would you like a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win the 100K Vegas getaway.
Please.
At drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy your Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. So for more information on how to enter, go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
Off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. A lot to unpack today. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, BMG, his sneezes over there on the sound. And, of course, Spencer Raxter mixing and scratching. Doing it up, as we always do. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat room as well. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there and check out the Big D Energy podcast. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Give it a 5-star.
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 5-star?
5 stars.
Leave a review, too. Thank you. I like reading the reviews. Those are funny to me. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And you guys are on. People, we're getting to be about business, D-Mac. I can tell here on a Tuesday. The chat room's about business today. None of the fluff, none of that stuff.
No, I think, we're through the preseason. You got a week to get ready for the big Thursday night game. I think people are all business and they want to hear, this is all reality that's coming through. And I think that what I've seen in the chat thread about everybody realizing that it's not same old Lions, that everything you're saying about Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and this organization operating like a true NFL organization does, that has goals, like real true goals and aspirations of winning the North and having a home playoff game and win the playoff game. You don't just hear it from us or anybody in the media. You don't hear it just from the fans. You hear it from the players themselves. And I think that's such a great luxury because it's real.
And D-Mac, what are you seeing now too, right? Like all these trades that are going on. And we've talked about this a lot. Prepare yourselves, everybody. The trade deadline at the NFL this year is going to be NBA, NHL-esque.
And you know what, the one thing I was thinking between breaks, too, is when we were talking, on James Houston about being a value, is that you actually have assets and value in younger guys that other teams might want. I mean, this is.
And how about this, too, D-Mac? If you moved them, there's somebody else there to do the job, too.
And there is something. And I you look at Chase Lucas, who just was cut, and, I saw, the response mostly was, hopefully he goes through and gets on the practice squad. You saw him the other day in the game. He did. To me, he did everything that he could possibly do. It shows you the depth that they have in the secondary room right now. Now, you look at that as a small example, right? But the guys compete for jobs, but we have some young, talented guys that coming, like you said. Haven't we seen the evolution of the trade deadline of free agency and all sort of sports? So we just came out of NHL free agency talking about the restricted guy. It's about we got one in DeBrincat. It's about the restricted guy in the NHL. Though it never used to be like that. You look at the NFL, never trade. Trade was made for a 6th or 7th rounder. That's it. Now there's actually players. There's actually moves. It's getting more excited, and especially excited when your guy is competent. And then you have value on your team, and you can go get value, like you said.
How about this, D-Mac? And there's 100 different directions I want to go. I can already tell this show is getting off, to just an absolutely crazy start. And there's a bunch of different directions I want to go. Hey, you got a lot of directions you can go this weekend, too. Woodward Sports, love of college football. That's a direction you need to go. Saturday mornings, pregame. I just got done telling you, nobody is doing football the way Woodward Sports is doing it. 8:30 to 10:30. Spencer Raxter, Easy, Flannel Sam, and more. All the rivalries represented. You ready for some college football kickoff? This Saturday, everybody. Get it in, 8:30 to 10:30. Woodward Sports, love of college football, our best college football people out there, getting you ready to rock on a college football Saturday. We got you all weekend long here on Woodward Sports Network. Speaking of, here's some breaking news too, D-Mac, and I'm just going to go ahead and crack my knuckles a little bit. And loosen up.
You get credit for this one?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you know that. We've known each other long enough. You know, Spenmo, I'm gonna just do the juicy J.
This one comes out of Neal's bag.
And there's been a couple of these.
Hit this one right on the club face.
Dirty South Wolverine. Need to find a kicker. Find one. Detroit supremacy. And this is my favorite one. Trade him for a top-tier kicker. A kicker is far more valuable than a 6th-round pick. Oh, they are?
No.
Because I was told they're not.
A kicker is not more valuable than James Houston. That's ridiculous.
I'm not saying he is.
Detroit supremacy's a troll, though.
But I will say that,
Neal,
Spenmo, are you concerned a little?
No, I'm not.
You're not concerned about the kicker spot at all?
No,
Spenmo, you're lying for the show.
I'm not.
Spenmo.
I'm good with Riley Patterson.
Neal, can we just say that at this moment, right, it looks like maybe your decision or what you wanted in drafting Jake Moody, right, at kicker in the 3rd round instead of Hendon Hooker, that's the question of scruples that Brad Holmes went with. You're going to trust and go with. Now, is this not only is something absolutely brand new because we're talking about a special teams player in the Detroit Lions, which we haven't talked about, right? Because we've had Jason Hansen and Matt Prater and all these Eddie Murray and all these great kickers and stuff like this. But now we are. If there is a concern, I think number one concern for me would be the kicker, right? Spenny, would your number one concern on this team be the kicker right now?
No, my number one concern on this team is still the interior defensive line to see how that shapes out.
Okay, but where's the kicker line? Is he in the top 3?
I'm not worried about kicker. Riley Patterson was fine when he was out. It's not like he was shanking all these.
I know, but he's banging him off the crossbar from 50, coming up shorter than 10 Danny DeVitos, as Ludacris would say.
That is true.
It's a great line.
That is a great line.
Sorry, I didn't write it, but it's true. Okay. Spencer, you know what's going to happen one of these Mondays, right?
If they lose by an extra point or a field goal.
You've opened yourself up to that.
Yeah,
is that fair?
Fine. That's fine.
That's fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what else is going to happen one of these Sundays? James Houston's going to have a strip sack fumble. Everybody's going to be like, wow.
No, I don't think it's straight. I don't think we're comparing that. I think the question is the kicker one of the most, and I think you're right, Spenny. There's, whether it's linebacker or interior, we need to see, but you can't say kicker is 3rd. Number 3 on the list. And you're not saying trade James Houston for a kicker. No.
What if it was Justin Tucker, though?
Oh, all day. All day. But you're talking about one of the greatest ever. Like, way to go.
That's one of the best kickers ever, though.
Well, hey, we're not dicking around here. All right?
Spenny put Danny Rackstraw on.
That'd be a great drop.
I used to take Justin Tucker all the time, super early.
Well, you only hit 6
I did it
67.
this year. Yeah. I did it this year, man.
I saw a video of him hitting an 87-yard field goal in pregame.
What round?
All 6.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Your team, Neal? You didn't want to send it?
Was there
no, because no one gives a shit about your fantasy team.
But I sent my team, and you guys critique it, but you can't send your team, so I can critique it.
He said 6 and 8, and I said you might be able to go 7 and 7.
And Jeff Iafrate said Neal doesn't know ball.
Okay.
Fantasy ball, that's what he said.
Okay.
Jeff Iafrate.
You guys got a feud going, man.
Wait, is it deflecting? Does the bottom line have like an ally in Iafrate or him and Sam like shooting at you?
All I know is this: me and D-Mac here at this network, it's like a bar fight back in the day. Me and D-Mac and everybody here on Big D Energy,
girls,
BMG, Spencer Raxter, we're all going back to back, and we'll fight our way to the door.
Mikey, go get the car. Neal, protect the girls. Spenny, come on.
Yeah. all I know is whether it's fighting or golf, Big D Energy is watching all of the shows.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. And Spenmo, like,
oh, that's straight facts.
Yeah,
spitting
even
facts.
if we're trapped in the back of the bar, because this happened to me one night in Oscoda.
Yeah.
Even if we're in the back of the bar, you just go back to back and you just fight your way to the door.
I pushed a dude through like 8 bar stools one time, and he
Of course you did.
He was literally like went flying, and it was like a scene out of a movie. Like all the bar stools were all over the place, and he was like in the corner curled up.
Spenny, we do that every other Friday.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
And look, again, I want it on the record. I'm not talking about trading James Houston for a kicker. However, Steve is open to trading James Houston. Trade James Houston for 15% of never having to hear Rod call in again. Rod.
He did tap into the morning show, Neal.
Who did?
Rod.
What do you have to say?
I didn't listen to the whole thing because
nobody does.
Yeah, but I actually had to come in here and take over for the audio, and they made me cut him off. So I've cut Rod off twice now.
C. Gerald, kicker is concerning, but not enough to do dumb shit like trading what might be a double-digit sack every year for guaranteed extra points and probable field goals when you have a top 3 offense. C. Gerald, I put it on the record. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying it is a problem.
It could be a problem. You have to take Spenny's right. If you're both right, we're all right. Is it a concern? But it shouldn't be the number one concern. You got to give him. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt, so you might as well ride with it until he doesn't. You can say, "I told you guys so. I told you guys so." We're willing to take that chance, right, Spenny?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Philip C. Betting, fantasy, drugs. What's going on at Woodward Sports Network?
That's what it's all about. That's how we get the gears turning.
How do you think they get me in here?
Dan Wood says Big D energy versus everybody. No, it is here, and that's fine. We embrace that.
We do.
Yes, sir.
We embrace it.
Love the underdog role.
We thrive on it. We need it, like Guardian Alarm.
Absolutely, because you know what? Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm, the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know their Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call Guardian today. The number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Spenny, how much do you think that they care about things?
They love them. They love them so much.
Absolutely. Business, pleasure, no matter what. Give Guardian Alarm a call today. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of talking about trading James Houston, please. Let the kid eat.
Stay out of lineup next year at Akil Badu. I'm sorry. I want to win games.
Wow. That's Guardian Alarm, your security experts. Tell them, Big D Energy, we sent you.
Winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
What's up, everybody? You tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? Here we are. WoodwardSports.com/shop. That's right. It's a new era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing apparel. The ultimate swag. Stoke not scared on there. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Hoodies, tees, hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today. WoodwardSports.com and click shop. Get a Stoke not scared shirt while you're at it, huh?
And meat missile.
Stoke.
And the meat
Stoke
missile.
Not scared. Stoke.
Best shirts in Detroit, man. Best shirts in Detroit. bottom line. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, BMG, Big Mike Gentry, and of course Spencer Raxta here with you. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. LFG, about your fantasy team, Mike Gentry. Who cares about your selfish little nerd fantasy team? Nobody.
Who's that?
LFG.
I don't care about you, LFG.
All right. Well, hey, he didn't make it personal. You just made it personal.
No. Well, he's, I don't know.
Why
he's throwing
give in
shots
to
at
BMG?
me.
Don't make it about
This was
emotion.
a me and you conversation, Neal. I was talking about how you didn't send your fantasy team to me, and you critiqued mine.
No,
That's
because
all it
nobody
was.
cares.
It wasn't,
Can we chat, pull that?
posting it on social media. It wasn't sending it in the work group chat. It was our group chat.
Can we chat poll that?
He's got a point.
Do you care about anyone else's fantasy team? Yes or no?
Yes.
I can't wait
I
for
thought
him
I
to
was
post
just,
this.
you know,
I
it was
can't
a
wait to
friendly
click no.
conversation with the boys. Neal, forgive me.
Yeah,
I thought it was
and
a
then when I gave
show-by-show
you an
thing.
honest assessment, you got in your feelings and were like, oh.
I did not get in my feelings.
Yeah, you did.
I asked you about
Watch.
I asked you 2
6
questions.
wins tops.
All right. Do you want to bet on it?
6 wins
Ooh,
tops.
coffee
Do you want to bet on it?
Yeah, I'll take under 6.5.
All right. What do we bet?
Coffee.
All right. That's fair.
All right.
What did we do our coffee bet on? Oh,
The NBA draft lottery.
no, the most recent one was Jets in the playoffs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a feeling any of these I lose, D-Mac, they'll all remind me, but they'll never remind me of ones that I win.
Oh, that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Got them written down.
It's up there right now, the WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Do you care about anyone else's fantasy team? 73% of the people say no. We should have put especially Mike Gentry's on the end. I didn't want to spike the Kool-Aid.
Well, that's not
They
true
should care.
because
They want to win the league.
Won't you be hate sweating a Gentry at the end just to be able to get some material?
I got a draft on Thursday. My big money league.
Big money league.
Yeah.
Don't send it in the group.
Yeah.
I was asked to do one with
Don't even think about it.
all the IWTV independent wrestlers, the 12 of the top guys. So I think I'm going to dive in. So I might lean on you guys for it to put a good team in.
Yeah, hit me up, man. Travis L. Rod called in this morning with dynamic takes like Detroit is going to go 1-3, lose to Green Bay. Jordan Love is the next GOAT because he apprenticed with
that's
Aaron
what it was.
Rodgers.
That's what it was. He called Jordan Love the GOAT now.
You know what? I want to do
That
it.
could be true. I think that's more true than more true that he could be better than what people think. And
I don't disagree.
Could
There's
Detroit
a chance.
start 1-3?
There's a chance.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
which is more truer.
I don't think there's a chance of them starting 1-3.
No, not 1-3.
I think they got 2 wins baked in against the Falcons and the Packers.
Okay.
The Falcons probably
that's-
more than the Packers.
Yeah.
So the fact that they won't is more than Jordan Love. Like, could you see? Aren't you hearing good things out of camp?
Yeah, but can we say this though? The likelihood of them being 1-3 is higher than we give it credit for here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. I know that's not good for this line of work. Like, is it fair? Yeah, it's fair.
I'll tell you what. I wouldn't bet on it. That's for
No, I
sure.
wouldn't bet on it either.
No.
But if you want to bet on it, there's only one man you go to because Woodward's Bets is back. There's one man at Woodward to go to when you need your lock on college game day. If you should take the under on the Bears on Sunday, or if you just want to know how many glizzies Joey Chestnut is going to house this year, that man is Booner of Woodward Bets. Have no fear. Booner is locking in all football season to bring you the best picks only on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Saturdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Premieres live September 2nd. So tap into Woodward Bets.
Boom. Boom. There it is.
I like Glizzies too.
I still can't believe that man eats like 70 hot
Oh
dogs.
no,
in 10
but
minutes.
just a couple.
Yeah. All right. Lions cuts have come and gone, so we know what the story is. Chase Lucas. All right, let me get to this real quick. About, you guys know I'm anti-preseason already. I tapped out before a lot of folks. I watched like the first game only because I'm starved and it's a cracker. But after that, I'm pretty much out. And Chase Lucas is going to be my example of that going forward. And here's why. For the whole, Neal, don't say that. There's guys playing for jobs. Are they? Because you can get an interception in the game, and then your ass can be cut when you get back home.
That's true.
We saw it happen.
It was a nice interception,
And it
too.
was a nice interception. They're not, guys, they know who they're rolling with. An interception in Carolina in preseason game number 3 in the second half does not, they're not just going to go, oh my God, we got to keep this guy because he got an interception. They know who they're rolling with, D-Mac.
It wasn't going to make or break
No.
their decision. no matter what he did. And that tells me that's good, because that means hopefully it's the right decision and our room is deeper. Right? That safety room's so much deeper. I mean, I'm just looking at it. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Tracy Walker, Brian Branch, Melifowu, Brady Breeze, Brandon Joseph. These are the guys that they're going to go to. But isn't it, let's go back, rewind a little bit. Weren't we saying that us as fans, at least you and I having this conversation here, take more stock in the combined practices against the opposition? So that's where the team obviously took more stock in their lineup and who's going to make their 53-man roster and who's on their secondary because of those practices more than just one game. I mean, I agree with what I read on Twitter where some people are saying, I hope he goes through and comes back in the practice squad, but I don't think that because it's his second year around, that people have seen him enough, and maybe that audition interception, Neal, gets him a job somewhere else, right? It's more likely that catch got him a tryout or a look somewhere else than it did making him the team here. Obviously, it was already said and done before the game.
Right, and that was it.
But that catch might have got him a job somewhere else.
Okay, and that's fair, but it wasn't going to be here, so therefore it
was
didn't
never
matter.
going to be here before the game.
Right. And that's
no matter
it.
what he did.
Talk about the kicker situation. Certified supply chain professional. Only Rodrigo Blankenship can save us. # respect the specs.
It's fair.
Oh. Dude,
every kicker should have glasses.
Yeah, like those black rim ones too. Like the Bubba Ray Dudley ones. Let's go.
Nick Lucido wants to know, our resident Giants fan, how many glizzies could you put down, D-Mac? How many think you could put down in 10 minutes?
3. Like, I just eat them right, and I'd say 4. And I'd be happy. And I'd be like gourmeting them up a little bit.
So would I. I mean, they'd all be fully dressed.
Yeah.
You guys know how I
It's
am.
a competition.
You could eat 4 fully dressed ones in 10 minutes?
Yeah, if we were in like the pomp and the circumstance.
I'd put mustard and hot sauce and triple bite them and be done. Yeah.
It's one every
4.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and I would be full, and I would feel good.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't feel good. I'd probably feel.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Do you care about anyone? Do you care about anyone else's fantasy team? How do people feel about other people's fantasy teams, D-Mac? You just let everybody know. How does it feel?
They don't give a shit, right?
Who's your receiver? Where'd you draft him? Who's your quarterback?
No, but 73% of people don't. 73% of people don't care. So I will be responding to fantasy comments in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread as such going forward. Jonathan Anton, got my draft this Sunday. 73% of people don't care, Jonathan.
Anton, I care.
Well,
send me that draft.
Yeah, we're here for the 26%, Neal. All right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Benny. Wow.
I've always been in that minority.
It's not like I'm posting it everywhere. I just asked for your opinion, Neal.
Except for being a straight white male. That's not really a minority, but, well, I don't know.
Oh, no.
I'm here
just
for the 1%.
for anybody in the chat that I was not imitating Mike Gentry sneezing. That was just that's what they thought I was imitating you sneezing because they couldn't hear anything.
Gentry sneezes like an anime girl.
And hey, Rake wants to know if you eat your glizzy with a knife and fork.
Who? What? Someone asked that? No, I don't.
Yeah, soft shoe sneezer. There it is.
Not crazy about hot dogs. Honestly,
What?
like I'm not
That's
like
cool.
smashing hot
Hey,
dogs. Not
good.
eating 3 in 10 minutes. I'll eat a normal like 1, 2
ask
maybe.
you how many you could eat. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Funny story. Me and Jeff were at the Tigers game this
why is it all
weekend.
about BMG again?
I don't know, but go ahead.
Go ahead,
Me and Jeff
Sam.
were at the Tigers game this weekend.
Uh-huh.
Man was too good for a ballpark dog.
Really?
Juicy
good.
J?
Too good.
What do you mean too good?
Did not. I was like, you want to go get a hot dog? No, man. Not really feeling the hot dog.
See, and that's the you know what? I want this. We got 2 minutes left in this segment. That's why I want this addressed, right? Like people say, you live in the hills and play at the country clubs and all that stuff. But you know what?
No,
if I go,
you're the one that tells us you live on the hill.
oh, that's right. Well, whatever. But
6
people say it.
furnaces.
2 furnaces and all that kind of talk. But here's a difference between Jeff Iafredi and I. All right. I will go have a Chicago style. Now it's got to be gourmet,
Okay,
a gourmet hot dog. But I'll go have the Chicago style dog. I seek it out. I enjoy it. The
Chicago
pickles,
dog.
the peppers.
You're in the
not gonna eat a
streets, bro.
ballpark, Frank.
What's that?
You're at a Tigers game. You won't eat a ballpark, Frank.
I mean, I would.
You know the difference? You're in the streets. He's in the suites. That's what
That's
it
it.
is.
I mean, I'm in the suites too, but
No, I know,
people
but
just
he's
cut
booze.
different.
But
Some
no,
people
but you're
But
looking,
I'm built
you're
different,
looking
bro.
over the streets.
I'm from the streets, bro. I'm in tune with the streets. The streets,
Ear to the streets.
yeah,
Right.
the streets love me, and I love the streets.
That's fair.
Oh, speaking of that, because we got a little time, DCFC, big win.
Yes,
right?
back in the playoff mix now.
Number 8 still. So what are we looking at?
Big match Saturday. Memphis coming into town.
all
So
right.
get on out there to
The
Keyword.
little engine that could.
And if you can't make it, TV20, ESPN Plus. I'll be on the call. So there's that as well. D-Mac, you're on one today,
I'm having
aren't
a
you,
good
man?
one, yeah.
Stephen Baffy
Good to
says,
be back.
sadly, there's not a lot else to talk about other than fantasy and roster cuts. No, there's always stuff to talk about.
We got stuff to talk about.
Paul Thomas, how about a Dana White sponsored event? Neal Ruhl versus Hollywood Ifredi in the mean streets of Bloomfield Hills.
We did do easy fought stick. We had that on bet. You could bet on that.
You know what? I would prefer to take him to the elevation of Washington Township Romeo. In the contract, I would insist that we fight at elevation.
His little bird lungs couldn't handle it.
Yeah. There's more bees because of all the apple orchards. I live like a mile from the apple orchards.
Neal says only at Blake's.
Yeah.
You gotta wear
Outdoors.
bee print shorts to get the psychological advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. More Westgate Farms. That
That's
would be
fair.
Westgate Orchards at Westview out there where I am.
Never heard of it.
But I would do it. Best turnovers ever. I will have a half of one with my wife. Save up the sugar for 2 days.
There you go.
And it's worth it. It's goated out there. Anthony Patterson says, D-Mac, do that noise for Neal again.
Which one?
I don't know. You've done a lot of noises.
Yeah, I don't know which
Probably
one.
the sick one.
The which one?
The fantasy football one. The reaction to fantasy.
Oh man, you know what? You know what can help you? The only thing that can help you out right now, because you know what, your childhood may be over it. I don't act like it, but Playtime is not Outdoor Equipment Company. Is your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, Ellis, Tractor, Steel, and more. Service in the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit OutdoorEquipmentCompany.com. Outdoor Equipment Co. Your power equipment playground.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafredi, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Neal Ruhl here for Big Boy Strawberry Fest, everybody. It's winding down. You still have time, though. Breakfast items, strawberry hotcakes, mouth-watering red velvet waffles. Do that for breakfast. Then come back for lunch with a strawberry bacon chicken wrap or refreshing summer splash salad. And then have dessert both times. Why not? The OG strawberry pie. Maybe some deep-fried vanilla Oreos or strawberry hot fudge cake. Strawberry Fest time's run out, everybody. Get to your local Big Boy today. Keeping it pushing here, pulling up on the second hour of the show. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, BMG, Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat room as well. Talking Detroit Lions, obviously. There's some college football stuff I want to get to in the second hour also. D-Mac, let me do this now because we got a little bit of a window. They call this changing gears in the business. And I'm coming out of right field with this one as well, but it's important because I feel like it got glossed over. The Toronto Maple Leafs made a move that was very near and dear to a lot of Red Wings fans' hearts. Because what was the discussion, right? The big move, the 1C, because that's what we're in the market for in this town. Is that fair, D-Mac?
Yeah, no, we've been talking about it, that when Dylan Larkin's your 2C, that you're ready to win a championship.
Absolutely. So Austin Matthews re-upped with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we're just going to take a segment on this really, really quickly. So he is off the board. He is now signed to a, what was it? The exact numbers. 13 and a half.
4 years.
Yep. So he is now, by AAV, as they say, now the highest paid player in the National Hockey League. Why is that important? I believe that a lot of Red Wings fans thought that they could kind of slide in there because they had the cap space to make a move at it, which they did. Now, it's interesting to me, and this is where I want D-Mac to put the player's hat on. I think I know, but and yourself admittedly a bad source to do this, but you're the only guy I got here, so I'm gonna run with it though, D-Mac. Interesting, he signed this deal, so he's essentially going to be with Toronto for the next 5 years. He's got the last year of this deal, then the extension kicks in, where he'll be the highest paid player in the NHL in terms of average annual value. So, with that being said, I want to know the math, not necessarily the math, but the feeling behind it. Austin Matthews, I thought, was going to do what every other NHL player does. Sign your 8-year deal, pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. You're going to be a Maple Leaf for life, and you move on. It's interesting, though, he kind of cut the deal in half at 4 years. He'll be a free agent at 30.
Gives him more options.
So he's doing this with the intent of having a second kick of the can?
To accomplish the mission, the task at hand, which is to bring Toronto Maple Leafs to Stanley Cup. But and believes that when that's done, then he can move on, and whether it's what people speculate to go back and resurrect Phoenix, what Wayne Gretzky did in LA back in the early 90s. But the fact of the matter is that this was, you could see it, that this was usually always going to happen, but it is interesting that it was cut in half. So it's a win-win. Toronto only commits to, 60, what's the math, 68 million, 66 million?
In terms of like total.
Yeah, exactly.
Total money. Yeah, between that year,
27.54, right? Yeah. And then add a little bit, but so the commitment of money, maybe this is the new thing too. Remember, I mentioned earlier that we see at the trade deadlines in every sport, that's sort of it's like the climate. It's really like the climate outside where it's shifted. Where in the NHL at the free agency, it's restricted free agents. Maybe now it's the big signings. Let's look back in our squad. Even though it's a restricted guy in DeBrincat that we acquired in the trade, it's a 4-year deal. So maybe these 4-year deals, still getting the money, right, leaves options. And I think Austin Matthews, too, you have to put it in perspective that there's only a very few select people that are in this position that he's in. So maybe the question is now, if you're looking ahead and asking the question, is the other guy that's in Toronto, Mitch Marner, or William Nylander, where's the future with these guys? But it was sort of expected that Shanny and the Toronto Maple Leafs were going to put all the eggs in Austin Matthews' basket because, that's what they brought him there to do.
I think it was more of their window. They have the next 4 years now, and then with Austin Matthews, and he kind of looks at it as my contract's more movable at that point, and I can still get that type of money. And although teams would take on an Austin Matthews contract that's a lot better when it's 4 years, if all else fails in Toronto, they could still, move him.
No, and two, it's interesting because it's front-loaded. He is all set to come in here, play these 3-ish years, and then try to make his exit. Like that's what he's trying to do. You can tell that's what he's trying to do. So from that standpoint, I see what he's doing. It's interesting that he would do it like this. And so if you figure 4 years at 53, what would 8 have been? 106, right? I mean, just keeping the numbers the
So
same.
actually, maybe he's thinking that he's going to re-up and what's it going to be in 4 or 5 years, Mikey? What's the top salary at 30 years old? Going to be 18 million, 16
because
million?
he is capped right now.
Yeah, he's still going to get a good amount of money.
He's going to get capped again, Neal. So he's just this is actually win-win. He's not selling himself short.
100%.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you're anything like us, there's nothing better on a fall weekend than hours of football coverage. Woodward Sports can top that. Sit back, crack open a cold one, line up your bets, and watch college football all Saturday. Every Saturday, Lions football Sunday with your favorite Woodward Sports personalities with the Woodward Sports Live Game Watch Party. It's the latest show that we have for you here in the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Premiering September 2nd at 12 p.m. Watch the Michigan, big game, Michigan against East Carolina. Could go either way. Then stay for the Michigan State versus CMU game. Then tune in for the Lions season kickoff at Arrowhead on September 7th as well. All season long on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Live stream watch parties, man. They're dope. They're going to be a lot of fun. But to me, D-Mac, with Austin Matthews, he's right at the number now. Here's my interpretation of it. This is where I'll ask you. My interpretation of it is because when you're at this level, I believe the rule is 20% of your team salary cap. That's the cap. That's the most money that you can make, which is somewhere in the 16-ish million range right now. That's the most anybody in the NHL can get. Connor McDavid, anybody. So when you look at his setup right now, because of the signing bonus, this first year of his deal next year, he's going to make over $16 million in cash. Not cap hit, but cash. So it's a declining value as it goes along. I think Toronto was in for it because of what you talked about, BMG. It's a window for them to make a push, and if it doesn't work, you can pull the escape hatch and get out, and he becomes valuable, right? Because it's Austin Matthews at a discount. So maybe
I think that's the precedence. I think that you're onto something there, and I think that we're looking at guys like Erik Karlsson.
That could be their franchise-changing trade.
At an 8-year, having to commit to somebody's six of his 8-year contract. This even Matthews doesn't work, and say the ship goes down in flames, and a lot of people, think that it will with 2 years left. Then he becomes even more valuable, in a different way, like we were talking about James Houston earlier. But yeah, I think the short term. I think this is a precedent setter. That you're going to see a lot of top guys re-signed to 4 years, because if it works, if it doesn't work, and especially if they're a little younger, then it gives them some value to be moved.
And you get your money up
teams.
Front. He's got the cash.
And that's what you're talking about. This is the most money guys have made in the NHL ever. So, now we're talking on scale. It's not as comparable, but still, it's such an increase. Mike, what do you think? Do you think that you're going to see more of these 4-year deals for top guys?
Yeah. I think more of these guys are looking out for their situation. Obviously, they want money. Austin Matthews will be able to get money no matter what after this 4 years, but they're really just looking out for their situation. Obviously, Austin Matthews is a great player, but he's still looking at this. This is his best chance to win, and he's scoring 50 goals every year. Let me get this window, and if not, if this GM can't make it happen, this team, then I'm out of here. So,
right, and control comes at a cost.
Yeah.
And this is the battle, D-Mac, that we've talked about all the time. And I feel like you kind of shaded this way throughout your career. Was the control was you wanted to be with the Red Wings. That was it. That was all. Yeah. You weren't really interested in.
No.
However that fit was the way that it fit. You wanted to be here. That was your control.
Yes.
There are other players out there that said, maybe in Austin Matthews' situation, I don't care about the control. I want the max money that I can get. Give me my 8 years, give me my $15 million per, and that's it. That's all.
No, but or thinking the best of both worlds, right? Where I can go half and half and split it up to get the most money, but then I can double dip again because I'm at the age that I am at 30. So, and it gives you value for your GMs and other teams if it doesn't work out to be able to be traded. Because I know that coming up the trade deadline, if I only got to pick up another year at for a guy that's going to fit a piece to win a cup, you watch moves that are be made now at the trade deadlines.
It goes the same way with Alex DeBrincat. He got his window with the Red Wings, and I guarantee if the Red Wings, towards the end of his contract, aren't a great team, you will see him getting moved too. Just like Austin Matthews will get moved if somehow Toronto is even worse than they are.
What about this comment? D-Mac. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Toronto and Edmonton continue to ignore their biggest weaknesses. Both teams still need a goalie.
Goaltending.
It's just, but when you're in a scenario where one guy is 20% of your cap, like, so you need a primetime defenseman, right?
Well, that's why
you need a winger.
I mean, look at Pittsburgh.
That's why if you can get it coming from within,
It has to be.
grown within,
Yeah,
you get so far
it's not even a
ahead.
luxury,
When you
it's a must.
When you get ahead of that, right? So, yeah, but we're
And you can see it with the way Yzerman values draft capital. It's got to be that
Did you
way.
say, and the way he hates goaltenders.
And the way he hates goalies.
Okay.
And the way he hates goalies. That's right. I know. Hey, all you're looking for is a little insurance. That's all you want.
Absolutely, that's all we want. Swiss Insurance, you know what? Give them a call because football is here. It might be on the brain. Fall ushers in college and football season this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop for your home and auto insurance. Shopping like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network and they should be covering you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today. SwissINS.com or call 248-800-4177.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey guys, you know what it is. Check out Woodward Sports on YouTube. Subscribe. Click that, smash that subscribe button if you would. The best coverage by the best personalities in Metro Detroit. Don't stop with the Kool-Aid drinking stuff and all that stuff you get everywhere else. Get the content that counts. Our experts know the inside scoop on the teams and are not afraid to share real opinions. Subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube today. Jeff Iafrate on that graphic too, huh?
Yeah, he's big time, man. It's the tattoo. I'm telling you, it's the tattoo. It changed.
Wow.
He came, he saw, he conquered.
Speaking of Jeff Iafrate, Steve DeYoung in the WoodwardSports.com YouTube thread. Would you rather fight one Jeff Iafrate size B or 100 B size Jeff Iafrates?
100 B-size Jeff Iafrate.
So would I, because they would just fly away from you.
That's true.
No, you get like 79 of them in 2 swats.
I just start flicking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have stingers, do they?
That's a good question.
You wouldn't even have to do that. You just go.
Yeah.
I have Gentry sneeze on them.
I would just dress like a bee, and they would run away from me.
They would run. Absolutely, they would. So yeah, soft. That's all I know. Soft. Yesterday we talked about it. We were at the Detroit Golf Club, and tons of A-listers out there for the Feldman Chevrolet Children's Miracle Network golf outing event benefiting Beaumont children and, of course, the Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation as well. But, D-Mac, the Lions Kool-Aid was flowing. There was an unlimited supply. It was served on tap, in a bottle, in the canned cocktails of it, straight from the bottle, take it to the head,
just
on the
reach
rocks,
it in, passing it around, everybody.
On the rocks, shots.
Like, was it like a tray coming through and everybody just grabbed the cocktails out the tray?
However you wanted it. I mean, it was the flavor.
Everybody was drinking it.
Everybody was drinking it.
Nice.
And Spenny, you know, when I say everybody was drinking it, literally everybody. And you'd be surprised the folks that were drinking it.
Yeah, you would.
back in Detroit, and I know you're a Boston guy, but what are your thoughts on the Lions this season?
I'm predicting they win the NFC for sure.
That's a bold statement.
Love to see it. Well, you know what? They got a great coach. They got an amazing team. You know, I think Jared Goff is due, and I'm excited to see what they do this year.
So there it was. Marky Mark himself, all in on the Lions. We saw our guy Jay Feldman out there as well. D-Mac, it was real. He wasn't the only A-lister out there that's big on the Lions. It wasn't just like it was Calvin out there talking about him or anything like that.
Calvin
it's
was
real.
there, though.
He was there, yeah. He was there. It's not like somebody with ties to the organization or anything. That's a Boston guy, a Patriots guy that says, I expect them to win the NFC.
Yeah, it goes along with the odds in Vegas and the view, you know, the respect from the nation sort of now. And what we've seen, and now it's time, you know, we got a couple weeks and it's time to go and you get put to the biggest test right away. So might as well get thrown in the fire. I love it. I love it. We're going to see what we're made out of.
Lindsay would love to hear that.
Yes, he would, because he was calling for it.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You guys very much on brand, as you always are. Detroit Dabber 313. Good vibrations for the Detroit Lions. Mike G, go Lions. Feel the vibrations. Do you think that they were, when their lift sessions, they had the cinder blocks on the weight bars?
Feel it. Feel the vibration. Probably. They needed to.
It is. Lions Kool-Aid, it is making its way into a champagne form, isn't it?
No, champagne form. This is every cocktail. This is like the White Claw rush of 2021. Right, Spenny? I mean,
yeah.
Or the high noons now, or now you got
I'm a high noon guy
these
for
long.
sure.
Now
You had a White Claw run, don't?
I don't.
It's
They
goddamn
give
it.
me headaches, man.
Everyone has went through a White Claw.
Thank
run.
you.
I did not go
Come
through.
Thank
on,
you,
don't
BMG.
say. Spencer, you drink everything. There's no way you didn't go through
High
a White
noon?
Claw
I'm not
run.
going to drink White Claw. I'll drink high noons.
Okay, so a high
So
noon.
you've never had a high noon in your, or not White Claw
I've
in your life?
had one before, but I didn't go
call.
through a quote-unquote White Claw run.
You did.
No, I did not.
He did.
I didn't.
BMG, you and I are in lockstep about that.
Always
And we
are.
should all be in lockstep about the Woodward Sports Lions reporter, Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster sitting at the corner of Woodward and Main. They are our Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show, Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Go to youtube.com/Woodward Sports, subscribe, and you will be in there. We are doing this, everybody. All football, all weekend long. You've spoken, we've listened, and we've delivered the very best football content in the city. Hard stop. That's it. That's all. Who farted? White Claw is this decade Zima. Am I right? I think that's fair. Without the Jolly Ranchers.
Zima and Chambord was so good back in the day. That was like the grape drink.
Yeah.
You ever have it?
No.
What's Zima?
Zima was like the original. It's like the original White Claw. Almost.
It's like cream soda booze.
Yeah. But it had carbonation in it.
Yeah, see, that's why high noons are elite, is because White Claw is malt liquor, but high noons is just vodka.
No, don't get me wrong, they're both good.
They do have gin ones. They got tequila ones too. It's good stuff.
How is that one? You're a tequila connoisseur.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Do they slap, as the kids say?
They do slap.
I like it. Nick Lucido, big Truly Vodka. Truly Vodka, boys, try them out. I'm not a Truly guy. That one, I feel like about Truly the way you feel about White Claw.
I was going to say the
Spenny's
same.
a Four Loko. Come on.
I did go through
Let's
a Four
gear it
Loko
up.
phase.
Four
that's for
Loko.
sure.
Yeah.
Now everybody went through a Four Loko phase. For some, it was just one Four Loko.
I shotgunned a Four Loko before.
Oh, man.
And by that definition, everyone went through a Mad Dog 2020 phase too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or
Right.
Boone's Farm.
I had an R&R phase. Lots of R&R. $7 fifth. I mean, come on. What are you talking about?
Royal Reserve.
40.
Rich and rare.
You know what's funny? Like we have
Rich and rare, baby.
all right. You know what's Rich and all right. Can we please get this one back? Please get this one back on the rails. After I tell you about this one, though. The WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I love it because we have like our group of hardcore people that comment a lot and everything like that. And when we go off on these little side tangents, the side tangent contributors pop back in. It's just like, hey, what's going on in here? Like this one from 40 Gumble. 4 Loco, 4 Life.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it's about.
Shout out, Louis.
They're not here for a long time, D-Mac. They're just here for a good time.
The original 4 Locos had all the caffeine.
You got a Bartles and Jane for really back in the day. I remember sneaking peach ones out just because.
Mad Dog 2020 was a phase. Oh, it certainly was. Boone's Farm, holy sheet from Mike Helton as well. Who farted? You need to do a trailer park drink draft.
Hell yeah.
I think we should do that one.
I could actually compete in that because I have the knowledge of.
Yeah, I think anybody could compete in it.
Mohawk vodka.
Oh yeah, Gilby's gin.
Black velvet.
Anything in a plastic fifth.
Burnett's. Rich and Rare would be my number one pick.
Burnett's.
Burnasties.
Oh God.
Literally like $5, dude, for a whole.
The Natty Daddies.
100%.
Natty Daddies, hardcore.
Those are legendary.
Oh my gosh.
Could still go through those.
Old English 800, the 40 ounce.
Oh hell yeah.
Nothing like a 40-0.
We cleaned out I think I told this story before. We cleaned out the fridge one time and bought every 40 from a party store. It's like 26 cases.
That's what it's all about.
Put it all in the fridge. Like a Dr. Dre video.
That's what it's all about, man.
It was all about it. No, but we are talking Kool-Aid right now. We're talking about the Lions Kool-Aid. Peaceful Tim, even Mike's Hard Lemonade has gotten harder. The Lions Kool-Aid. D-Mac, is this it? Is this the fever pitch of it? The Lions Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is, everybody's not splish splashing, throwing it all over each other, whatever. They're drinking it.
It seems like it, though.
They're drinking it. No, they're not wasting it, and they're not. They're not drinking it irresponsibly right yet, right? Do you feel it's irresponsibility right yet? I think that everybody's sort of been subdued. Now, as we get closer to the next, 10 days or whatever like that to opening day, it might get a little bit off the rails. We might start spilling it on each other, but it's definitely free flowing.
No, it absolutely. But it's just like you hear Mark Wahlberg and Kevin James. I mean, like national
I think everybody's
stars.
attention. We got everybody's attention, and they meant because they know who Dan Campbell is because he's a polarizing figure and stuff like this. So I think it just goes to the same thing as Vegas. What's Vegas saying? That that you put that's what you don't care what Kevin James or Mark Wahlberg say. You care what Vegas says. That just puts the stock into it that they probably are the ones that put money on them too.
Were you surprised, Bemo, by the amount of national Kool-Aid that was? I was surprised.
It's a little surprising because when has it ever been like that? Like we've never felt this before, and so it feels like the first time.
Feels like the first time.
Jess Little says if we get Mike Evans, then the tap will pop.
That is true.
I said that too.
We're
not ready. We're not ready for
tap
that.
Will pop.
We're not the tap will pop, but people will go crazy. But
look at BMG trying to take credit for sneezing and somebody else's tag.
I do want to get in front of this one, like Alex Haggerty, and there's been a couple of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Those guys were interviewed by people from Michigan, people from Detroit. What else were they going to say?
Mark keeps it real.
He did keep it real. Like, remember last year? He's like, my Patriots will be back.
Yeah.
He was wrong.
He didn't say that last year. That's all I'm saying. He didn't say they were going to win the North last year.
D-Mac, this is your time right now. You saw the merch line we've rolled out, the Stoke Not Scared T-shirt. Remind the people. D-Mac, remind the people.
I think that Mark said they're more stoked. When he's talking, he just talked matter-of-factly as expects him to win the NFC North. So he sees what we're seeing as a football fan. Everybody knows he's a huge Patriot fan, so he knows what championships look like. So that's awesome. I think you just listen to it. It isn't pandering. It isn't, oh, wow, you're cute. The cute days are over. I think everybody realizes that these Lions are adults now.
Stop, not scared.
Yeah.
Stop, not scared.
Yeah.
Did you see that text from Gabby, Neal?
Yeah. They played the Mark Wahlberg interview on Good Morning Football this morning.
There you go.
So there you have it, guys.
Our own Gabriel D. Phillips.
Absolutely.
Represent.
Johnny Little, best mentality with this season is cautiously optimistic. Your thoughts, D-Mac?
I'm stoked, not scared.
That's what it's all about.
Bricked up.
Brick not tucked.
Brick not tucked. Stoked, not scared.
I think, okay, this Thursday show, I think on this Thursday show, we're going to do it. I want everyone to put their cards on the table Thursday, 11:14.
That's fair.
Set it in stone.
Oh.
Where are you at? Like the cautiously optimistic people out there, we're keeping receipts. What?
Sorry, there's some dust in my nose.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
But we are. We're going to do that, everybody. Thursday show, 11:14. Speak your piece.
Oh, speak your piece.
Attach
Thursday.
your name to it.
Speak your piece.
And I'm not looking for.
Attach your name.
Yeah, put your name on it.
We taking receipts up in this mofo. Thursday, that is. No calls, just receipts. Anyways. That?
No. How about, you know what? Since we're doing this, how about Wednesdays with Rod? Anybody say no at 12:36?
I'm always in for Wednesdays.
Rod, you hear that, man?
If
you're out there listening, if you hear my voice, Rod, 12:36 tomorrow. Wednesdays with Rod. Some people have Mitch Albom. We have Rod.
That's what it's all about.
Both are about as correct
He's
and
the
as
voice
accurate.
of the streets, as he said.
That's what he said. No, I don't. Hey, Planet Fitness. That's the official gym for me anyway. It's the official studio sponsor here at Woodward Sports. $10 a month, access to your home club. You know all of that. The Black Card, $24.99 a month, access to over 2,400 Planet Fit Night around the world with unlimited guest privileges. The moral of the story is this, guys. Great facilities, every single one I've ever been at across the country. Tons of equipment, cardio equipment, weights, all of it. You're not waiting for stuff. If some idiot's on the treadmill for 7 miles, it doesn't matter. There's 15 more that are open. You can get on there. Get into Planet Fitness, get your work done, clean facilities, go take a shower, all of that. Go in about your day. It's not hard. Go to planetfitness.com. Pull in the parking lot on the way home. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Have you ever argued with your little brother? How about some random guy you're stuck in a room with for an hour? Flannel Sam and Spencer Raxter are at each other's throats. One Spartan alumni and one Walmart Wolverine are locked in a room with nowhere to hide. You're welcome. Whether it's go blue or go green, you can go to woodwardsports.com for all the action. Coming soon to a device near you.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Neal Ruhl here for Academy of Warren, kindergarten through 8th grade, that features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street with the futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, and Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and of course, kindergarten through 8th grade athletics in a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can also be used for 7-on-7 football as well. There's still time to enroll. I know school's starting everywhere. Enroll your child today. Check it out at academyofwarren.net. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, BMG, and Spencer Raxter as well. John Fisher, any chance we go big on a kicker in a trade? It's the one area I wouldn't mind going big for, relatively cheap for any kicker, I'd imagine, right? Well, John, that depends on the contract attached to him. Like Justin Tucker, I think, is like a $6 million a year guy.
Yeah.
I know he's up there. It might be 5. I don't remember, but the better they are, the more costly they are, like everything and everybody else. But, we're here doing it, just chopping it up on the show. We promised this. I do want to get into it. Spencer said in the show sheet, actual college football starts this weekend. But as far as the get right goes, D-Mac, I know, by the way, we updated that as well.
I saw
the
that.
Get Right got the win.
Notre Dame?
San Jose State.
Oh, what's San Jose State?
31 getting 31 and a half. I told the people to hold out for 31 and a half. I got a tweet saying I got the 31 and a half. So,
and what was the score?
You're welcome. 28 points. They lost by 28.
All right.
Perfectly.
Nice. Perfectly.
That's the way you want it. Broke down the way I thought I'd break down. They got to 28.
Yeah.
56-28, I believe, was the final score.
Nice.
They got to 28. They ran for 200 yards. So there you have it.
Worked out.
Worked out perfectly.
Nice. So that puts the record at 45 and
44 and 15.
44 and 15.
Now, we're one away from being 30 games over 500. But anyway, actual college football. Spencer, this is where you kind of chime in here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to the Michigan stuff in the week coming up. They're playing East Carolina. It's basically a preseason game. They've got about 7 preseason games to start the season. Don't be mad at me. That's what the schedule is. I didn't make it. Michigan made it. And I don't blame them. All things can be true. I would do the same thing. However, we're talking about Michigan State right now. Spenmo, I remember last season, towards the end of last, and it's going to sound like I'm coming at you. I'm not. You know I have respect for you.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what I was told by a long-haired guy with a beard that sits in that booth about fits your size and description.
Yeah.
Next year's the year.
Mm-hmm.
The recruits are coming in. The cavalry's coming. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
Then the transfer portal happened, and it broke your soul.
Yes, it did.
You're a beleaguered, beaten down man now.
I am.
Are you a shell of yourself?
I would say so.
Okay. But isn't this what... And you... Look, I'm all about getting what the market bears. And Mel Tucker got what the market bears. You know how I know? Someone gave him the check.
Mm-hmm.
But with that comes this. He's got to figure it out, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure has to figure it out. I was not happy about them keeping Scotty Hazelton and Jay Johnson. I didn't think they deserved to keep their jobs, which are the defensive and offensive coordinators for Michigan State. But, yeah, it's on him. He's got to go out there, and they have to win at the very least, 7 games. They have to. It is a big year for Mel Tucker. It is a big year for the student body. It is a big year for the program. We need to see him go forward and do something. And if you do want to hear more about this and about Michigan, we got a show coming for you, and that is Woodward Rivals, because Woodward Sports, Resident Sparty, myself, and Walmart Wolverine Flannel Sam go head-to-head in Woodward Sports' latest show, Woodward Rivals. You don't want to miss Flannel Sam breaking down why this may be the year for U of M, or me body-slamming every Flannel Sam stat that comes my way to defend Sparty's honor. Tune into Woodward Sports' YouTube channel for the premiere on Friday, September 1st from 10 to 11 p.m. weekly, and don't miss the most anticipated Michigan versus Michigan State show Detroit has to offer, Woodward Rivals. But like you said, it is important. Now, there's no excuses for Mel Tucker, because now he's got his guys that he recruited in there, and they aren't freshmen. They're not true freshmen. These are his guys that are going to be making plays. Yeah, there are some carryovers. Like Cal Halliday is going to be a big player. It's not a Mel Tucker guy. Darius Snow, he's going to be a big player for that defense. That's not a Mel Tucker guy. But he has his guys that he either recruited or he went out and got in the transfer portal. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Again, I don't think they're going to be as bad as everyone thinks they are. Like the 5.5, I don't think it's going to be that.
5.5, juice to the under.
Yeah, I think that's pretty wild. I think they'll be better than that. Like I said, I see them winning 7 to 8 games, but we'll see. It is a big year. It is a prove-it year for sure.
And D-Mac, that's where it is, because for me, and we have our resident messages here on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, like Matthew Kruger that says, that's the way it is when you're the best team in college football. I'll read this. Your phone auto-corrected. It says, go Georgia, they're the victors, because they are. They keep track of who the best team is. They give them a trophy at the end of every year. Michigan has not gotten a whole trophy of their own since you took a steam engine to the games and didn't wear face masks. But anyway, D-Mac, look.
You mean on the helmets, not face masks.
Right. Yeah,
right,
absolutely. Okay. D-Mac, here's what it is for Michigan State. The reason that I come up here and talk about Michigan, because it's time. it's time for them to cash it in. To their fans, right, the way that they talk like that right there, the best team in college football, go blue, hail to the vet. No, you don't get to say any of that because you haven't cashed it in. And for Michigan State is so far out of that stratosphere. And the way that program has just fallen off. And Spenny, this is fair to talk about Michigan State this way because this is what's happened. I didn't do this. They didn't go to a bowl last year, man.
Yeah, it is a huge jump from what they did 2 years ago to what they did last year. It was a big falling off.
No, and that's accurate, man. And that can't happen, D-Mac. That can't happen. You're a Big Ten team with Big Ten television money and Big Ten revenue. That can't happen to you.
Here's the question. Which program has better self-awareness? Right?
In terms of inside the room?
No, just which program has better self-awareness? Why do I say that is because what do we always say about Michigan is that our expectations are higher.
Yes, my expectations are higher.
Right, and that's at the highest level because they've reached the elite level, one of the top 5 teams usually in the country, right? But we expect them to get over the hill, but they keep climbing but can't get over. My question is, and I agree, absolutely. We all agree that there's a ton of teams that are where in the whole landscape of college football where Sparty's at. But I ask does Spencer feel that Michigan State is self-aware of where they're at? So what level are they trying to get to, or what is accomplishment? Because you were talking before about it is not acceptable for this program to not make a bowl game, or Vegas has them at 5.5 wins. Right? That can't be right when you have your guys in and you're supposed to be the savior and have this contract and all this stuff. But all that stuff doesn't matter because you're here. So where's Michigan State's self-awareness? I think that the self-awareness and a lot of it with Michigan fans know where they're at, and it's just either fear or the fact that they're good with it or whatever. With Sparty, I don't know if they know where they're at because does the program know where they're at? Does Spencer feel that they do? Because then they can build on it. But what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable? Right? Spenny was
that's
saying
a question for Spenny. Yeah.
So what I heard is a bowl because 7-8 wins. That's what he said. I agree with him, and that would be 7-5, right? Like, and bowl eligible and stuff like this would at least be back out of where they're at, because they have to get out of the mud or wherever they're at, but what to them is acceptable. And their range to what's acceptable is so much bigger than what Michigan should be, because Michigan just has to get to that. Like, I think there's knock on the door and then there's enter, right? They're there on the door. They're trying to get in to that next level of being in the championship game. I'm not going to bust their nuts because the fact that they can't get to the finals yet, I'll allow them one more level. It makes sense. But that's where we're at. They're totally talking about two different situations.
No doubt. It's just, for me, D-Mac, and here's...
So to me, it's self-awareness to move forward. And
this
Michigan's right where they need to be because they, where they're at to be in the playoff, to be in the hunt, to be in that Final Four game. It's just who do they get and are they ready to make that step and win that game? Sparty, it's can we be bowl eligible? Right? Spenny, is that fair to say?
Yeah, that is fair.
But see, Spenny, with me, my question would be, and nobody talks about this, but I don't know this from an inside perspective, but I'm going to make it make sense here. For Michigan State, I think that Mel Tucker expected to be further along than he is right now. I can tell by the way the schedule is, right? With that home and home against Washington, and Washington coming in now, they're a top 10 preseason team. This isn't the Washington that Michigan played a couple years ago that lost to Montana State at home. This is a different Washington team that's in there with a real quarterback now.
Michael Penix is nice.
Michael Penix, nice with it, no doubt. It's just, you can tell that by the schedule, because if not, then I would say, Mel Tucker, what are you doing scheduling these games? Why would you do it? Why would you? Michigan's giving you the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
I would chase my Central in Richmond with whoever, Navy or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it if I were them, because your ass is on the line, man, for a bowl game. Absolutely, your ass is on the line for a bowl game right now for Mel Tucker.
Fair.
And if they don't do it, there's going to be problems. Let me tell you about Randy Wise Automotive and the Randy Wise Automotive team Celebrity Golf Tour. What could be better than watching celebrities like Braylon and D-Mac playing golf? How about playing golf yourself, being treated like a celebrity? Stop in any Randy Wise Automotive dealership for your chance to play golf like a celebrity. VIP transportation, free golf at one of Michigan's best courses, and a tasty steak after. Compliments of Fairway Packing Company. Make the wise decision. Get to Randy Wise Automotive for your chance to win today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Spencer Raxter, BMG, Big Mike Gentry also. And, just kind of wrapping up this Michigan State discussion, Jay Cruz in 91, 9 wins and under is unacceptable this year. And Spenmo's in that water too. What, Spencer, let me give you 2 scenarios before we kind of move on.
Okay.
Michigan State does go 5-7. Where are you at? And it's the same issue, right? An ineffective offense.
Yeah, Jay Johnson and Scotty Hazelton need to be fired.
And that's kind of the summation of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. A lot of surprise about the coordinators and stuff like. Maybe he's saving that though, because you'll notice this as you pay attention to college athletics. The assistant coaches in basketball, the coordinators in football, those are your human shield when you're a head coach. When you have to, when you're forced to, you hide behind them, and you sacrifice them to the crowd, and then boom, they're gone, and then that buys you a year before they come for you.
But you don't. Do you get to take the new one and use him, or it doesn't really work? You've used that power.
You've used that, yeah. That you've used that one get out of jail free card.
And Detroit's supremacy is a troll, but he said in the Woodward Sports chat, D'Antonio destroyed the program after 2015 when he would hire his boys and only recruit 3 stars. And I love Mark D'Antonio. He's one of the best, if not the best, head coach in Michigan State football history.
But both things can be true.
Both things can be true. He moved his guys around. He didn't have anybody take accountability. If you were the offensive line coach and you weren't doing good and the offensive coordinator wasn't doing good, he'd just swap you because they were all friends. Those were all his friends instead of actually firing people. And he didn't go out there and recruit. And then when he did decide to hang it up, he did it 2 months before recruiting season.
Sure.
Or it was 3 months before the actual season started. So they hired Mel Tucker. He had 2 months to recruit in his first season. But
then he got Kenneth Walker. So, and to me, once you do that, I guess it wasn't too bad then.
Yeah.
You got Kenneth Walker. And then what have you chased it with? Four Loko.
Yeah. Nothing so far. And plus, Brandon has, so it was a COVID year his first year. So it wasn't a great start for him, but it's, like I said, this isn't, you can't put this on D'Antonio anymore.
No.
Yeah, the COVID year, the first year, it wasn't a real recruiting session, but now you've had 2 years to recruit your guys, to build them up, and to get guys from the transfer portal, so we need to see them this year. We need to see that production out of your guys this year.
Yeah, in talking about Michigan State's coordinators, let me tell you about the opposite of the Michigan State coordinators. A perfect pair, if you would, for your nightcap. Wait no longer. Woodward Sports bring you the best new show on the network, Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder, two of Detroit's newest up-and-coming sports personalities, and we are giving them a voice. Weekdays from 8 to 10 p.m., premiering Tuesday, September 5th. Booner and Broder every single night. Some of the best and the hottest Detroit sports takes, the best entertainment, and join the boys to talk some sports. You're not going to want to miss this. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder from 8 to 10 on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Catch that. Absolutely. So it is. It's just they cannot miss a bowl again.
No.
And look,
absolutely.
And that's why I say the bowl thing, like, look, who cares about the bowls? I don't disagree with you, but they are a benchmark, right? No matter how you get there, you get there. And you have to, especially in this day and age of when you have control over your schedule.
It's a measuring stick.
Right. No, it is. William Rivera, Michigan didn't give anybody that blueprint. That blueprint has been there forever. Yes, but no one runs it like Michigan does. They are goated at it right now. Real cream of wheat, but schedules are made years in advance. Not this one wasn't. They took that Washington game.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows the scenarios. When Michigan tapped out of the Washington game, Michigan State stepped in and took it. Why? I don't know. Foolishness. Get Youngstown in here.
Yeah.
Get your wins. If you get your wins, then you get to dictate. That's all, man. Like, it's a huge, 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 huge season for Mel Tucker. If they don't go to a bowl, like, nothing will happen. I don't. Do the Michigan State people have the chops to make a move that big? Do they have the financial backing?
They have the financial backing.
Do they?
Yeah.
So why is the coach asking about name, image, and likeness and stuff like that?
Well, HBO just bought the Suns. He's a little tied up, a little liquidated right now.
A little liquid, like Spenny at 1 a.m. on a Friday. Well, Saturday. Saturday's more your liquidation time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
I'm known to get it in on Friday, too.
Fuck, even a Thursday.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you know what more to expect from Michigan until the big game comes. But with Sparty, there's more questions, especially with Mel Tucker. So the spotlight really is more pressure on Mel Tucker. Is that fair to say?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, for Michigan, it's pretty simple, right? We don't know anything until on about New Year's.
Yeah.
Because they're in the playoff already. They can even lose to Ohio State, and they're still in the playoff. They're starting out the season at number 2. They'll roll through the whole season, unless you think Penn State's worth anything.
What's the acceptable bar for Mel Tucker? To stay off the hot seat. That's it, right?
8 wins. Anything other than
8 wins is progress?
Anything other than 8 wins that he's on the hot seat.
See, I think perception-wise, there's no 7 wins, 8 wins. It's all the same.
It feels
You're in the Bad Boy Mower Bowl no matter what. You know what I'm saying, though? You are.
Whoa. Dude, I'm going to be on the landscaping crew rocking one of those things. Those are cool.
D-Mac's still out there cutting the 50-yard line for it.
Let's do it.
In a battery-powered tractor, if you will.
Boo.
So there's just, to me, D-Mac.
That's like a Gentry sneeze.
Yeah, I mean, just to me, D-Mac, like, there's nothing to say for Michigan. Like, what are your predictions for Michigan? There's no Michigan breakdown or anything like that to do. It's a very bottom line business. It's national championship time. You've kicked at the can long enough. You've got your Big Ten champion T-shirts from Kroger, wherever you got them. Like, that's it. Like, that is nothing. Beating Ohio State, that's nothing.
It's Walmart, Neal.
Wherever. Am I wrong here, D-Mac?
No.
I know that I expect more than most of the fans do.
That's truth.
But I'm just not scared to say, hey, it's time. The progression of this program says that it's time. This is a good one, too. Nick Lucido, Pinstripe Bowl tickets. Order them now. He says he's got them. All the Pinstripe. You want to go to the Pinstripe Bowl?
Nah.
You don't want to celebrate Michigan State's triumphant return to the bowl season?
Nah.
Where they'll probably play a 6-6 Wake Forest?
Yeah, no thanks.
You sure?
Yeah.
Spenny, what if it's a free beer and a sweet?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Alex Haggerty, natty or bust for U of M. There's no other way to put it.
You're not paying, though.
That's fair.
No, hey, I get it. I'm glad to see the fans are. Yeah, and you notice this too. Like even the biggest Michigan slaps have taken some accountability and said, "Hey, it's time."
Yeah, and it's time. It's just like which they still understand that they have. Like I think it's the top 5 program in the country until they prove that they are at the top. They're always, right there, and they always continue to be. So. It'll be interesting. Maybe the conversation changes when the playoff system changes and the more teams are allowed in and it turns into more like the basketball playoffs. Maybe that has a different allure to it.
That'll loosen it up a little bit as far as scheduling goes.
Loosens it up. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, again, you look at it and it's championship.
And if you need to, you just talk to somebody about it.
Yeah, you can. Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast is called This is the S Word, helps address the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or some is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Easy for me to say. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Are you a diehard college football fan? Well, it's your lucky day. Join special WSN guests like Spencer Raxter, Flannel Sam, and more every Saturday. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Saturdays and tune in live from 8:30 to 10 a.m.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Winners, losers, pushes and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
It's football season. Where's the best spot to tailgate Detroit for Lions game? If you're a diehard Lions fan and you want a luxurious tailgating experience, you want to check out the VIP Lions pregame tailgate down at Eastern Market Shed 5. Yes, Eastern Market allows you to put the winter coats and long johns away so you can enjoy all exclusive tailgate experience indoors. Bullseye has it all, including our Woodward Sports. Yes, Jeff Iafrady. Broadcast, pregame, Michelin Star Chef Buffet, DJ Don Mecca, Xbox, and silent auctions in Detroit Lions memorabilia. Just a short 9-minute walk to Ford Field, but they offer shuttles for no additional cost. How do you get tickets? Go to bullseyeeventgroup.com and select Lions VIP Tailgate. You're not going to want to miss this action. Once again, this is bullseyeeventgroup.com, where your game day experience just got a whole lot better.
It is that time, everybody. It is that time, everybody. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread, answer 14. Michigan needs to finish it this year. The Big Ten will gain so much respect if they do. Let's change the landscape instead of pretending to be relevant. That's been my sentiment for a very long time about Michigan. And outside of Ohio State, about the Big Ten in whole.
Absolutely.
And Ohio State's got those stakes,
I've been here. I've listened to it. That would be correct, sir. That's not just factual. That is factual.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. Rusty Shackelford, Michigan State needs to play in a bowl game against an SEC team. Otherwise, it don't mean diddly. No, they got to get bowl eligible because it means they won 6 to 8 games.
I got the rest of those pictures.
Which ones?
Of D-Mac's excursion.
Oh, me and Jack?
Yeah.
Check this out. This picture right here, D-Mac and Jack Nicklaus.
Popping the grapefruit a little bit. Look at the calves on. I'm sorry. Look at Jack.
D-Mac, that's got to go on a wall. And that one right there in the house, man.
That's pretty good.
What were those conversations like?
Yeah. You swung it left, so it went left.
Oh no! Over where that water was?
Oh, I pounded it into the second water.
No.
Over the corner. But it was good. But check that out.
Yeah, I there with Isaiah Livers.
But he was awesome.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it was cool. I'll definitely cherish that and just having a chuckle.
That is such a good picture.
Yeah. No one knows, too, the ball went in the water, D-Mac.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to tell that part of the story. You can just say, hey, there's Jack Nicklaus. No big deal, just Jack Nicklaus and myself.
Well, the thing going that water in front, it went way over the tree.
Oh, like 370 that water was, right?
It was like 285.
Carrie.
How'd that water get there?
No one knows.
And the funny thing is I put it in there on Tuesday when we played before. I got to just hit the cut again.
Yes, you do. What, are you on the draw all the time now?
I'm on the broken ribs mending back, and I just we'll find out today. I'll report back tomorrow. I want to play with my buddy Otto Black.
Nice.
So there you go. Also in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Lorena Rios. I can't confirm this. She says, I bet Booner has bad breath. I've never known that to be the case.
No.
I've never looked for it
Booner's
before.
got good hygiene.
Is that because of the mustache? Do guys with mustaches have bad breath? I don't think
so.
I do.
No, Booner's got good hygiene.
Does he?
Yeah. He's a well-kept man.
Anybody out there who's made out with Matt Broder, give us a call.
Jump into the chat thread. Give us your experience.
Oh, you say Broder or Booner?
Booner.
Oh, okay, even Booner. Booner. Dude, are you kidding me? Booner probably chews gum all the time. The guy with the bling and the glasses and stuff like that. I thought you meant Broder. Don't mix your Broders and Booners. It's going to happen. What do you get if you cross a Broder and a Booner? A boner?
A boner.
Bricked up, baby.
Bricked up. Steve Wilds wants to know, D-Mac, do you do calf raises only?
Did you like those? That's just popping, getting on the left side, popping the grapefruits for the golf swing. Look at that thing, though. I mean, that's a calf on there.
One second, let me get a zoom in.
I gotta, see, that's the broken ribs. I couldn't get them all the way around to the outside. But, Jack was entertained. Look at that thing. Isn't that a calf? That's a calf.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that turn, too.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, that's a calf. No?
That's cool. Popping the grapefruit?
Popping the grapefruit. Oh, dude,
sure.
Dude, don't even show Drapes that because he'll make fun of it because he's got grapefruit. That's not even grapefruit. That's like muskmelon. Or a kiwi. Pop the kiwi.
My swim coach, Coach Charlie, had the biggest calves I've had. He was a collegiate swimmer, and his calves were insane. Like, even when he was just standing there.
Was he a bigger dude?
He's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Bigger. You have to be, kind of a bigger dude to have big calves.
I got pretty good calves.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
That's what it's all about.
All right, I think that's enough damage for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Lots of football to get to. You guys already know what it is. College football off the chains. I'll have a big college football announcement too, a little personal thing that I'll discuss with all of you tomorrow. So make sure you don't miss the show tomorrow. For DMAC, for BMG, for Spencer Raxter. Thanks everybody for checking out Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.